Hi folks, Bill Dragoo again, Dragoo Adventure Tales. We are on Highway 59 in New Mexico. We are roughly 40 miles from Winston, New Mexico, in this case by way of Chloride Canyon. So we'll be turning off of this blacktop in a few miles and heading down into the canyon, maybe picking up some more videos for you on the suspension system. This is part 2 of the motor. We're going to talk more about what we've actually got under the hood, how it's working for us, what we like. There's not a lot we don't like about it, to be real honest with you. But I'm going to establish a datum for you, a point of reference, and that is we are at 7,000 feet right now, and we're driving a loaded Land Cruiser. The back end of this is completely full of all of our camping gear, water, extra fuel, everything that we need for 2 weeks out on the road and in the backcountry. So it's not a lightweight rig now. And we're going to see how this thing performs, both in startup. Now, this is a hot start. I have not let it get completely cold, but a cold start is really no different on this truck. It fires right up. If you've ever had an FJ40 carbureted at 7,000 feet, started it up, and then started climbing from that 7,000 feet, you'll understand and appreciate what's transpiring with this. Now, these motors come regularly with 130-ish horsepower, I think, from the factory, the 2F motor. I have not dynoed this one. I hope to do that later, and I'll get you a report on that. But according to my friends at the machine shop who built the motor, they're thinking it could be approaching 200 horsepower. I don't know. Now, that's down near sea level. We'll see. We'll see what that really converts to. But again, we've got webcam Ross pistons in this motor. It's bored 70 thousandths oversized. We have a Redline Land Cruiser's kit to install the Holley Sniper EFI, and we have Redline Land Cruiser's electronic ignition system also. So we're going to go from the startup, the drive out, and then I'll talk along the way a little bit about what gear we're in and what we're doing, what we're seeing with the torque curve on this truck. You're going to hear the fuel pump run momentarily. It's an in-tank system. There's the startup. Now, the dash on this truck is a Dakota electronic digital dash. The most significant visual difference is that you have a battery indicator here versus an amp meter. Because we've got a 140 amp alternator on this truck, then the old 30 amp left and right, plus and minus ammeter is not going to be sufficient or adequate for what we have here. We also have the lighting in the background, which can be changed with the Dakota dash. You have a tachometer, digital, and then up here is what I'm calling our red line. That's as fast as I want to rev it, and that's really only at about 3,750 RPM. Now, the drivetrain on the truck is still factory stock. I have the stock transmission, the 4-speed, the original transfer case, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio through the transmission to the output on the transfer case, and I believe these are 410 gears. Someone can correct me in the notes if you'd like on that, but I believe they're 410 gears that came out stock on the 1976 FJ40 Land Cruiser. So I'm going to release the parking brake, pull out, and just look at a kind of a normal acceleration, and then we'll get on these hills. First thing you'll notice is how smooth this motor is. It runs flawlessly. Not any hiccuping, backing out of the power. Now I'm in 3rd gear at 30 miles an hour, and I'm starting up the grade. I've got a lot of pedal left. I'm not pushing it. Grade is gradually increasing. I'd say nominally this is anywhere from 6 to 8% grade most of the way up these hills. Even in 3rd gear, I can continue to accelerate. Let's see if it'll hold in 4th gear. 4th gear, 30 miles an hour. Fourth gear, it's holding its own. Down to 3rd gear, I'm going to slow down to just above 15 miles per hour. I'm in 3rd gear. This grade is steeper than what we just went up. This motor would have been screaming in 2nd gear right now, or possibly down to 1st on this grade. I am in 3rd gear. It's continuing to accelerate. off for the turn. Still in third gear, folks, down to 18, 17 miles per hour. 7,000 feet. About 71, 7,200 here now. Come to the top of the hill and kind of the end of the story. So as you can see, the motor performs incredibly well at altitude. I'm lugging this engine and pulling it. Now if I want to downshift and let the motor spin, let it eat, as Justin from the Redline Land Cruisers would say, then it'll certainly accelerate much better than that if I needed to pull out to pass or get on up the hill or whatever. But what I'm most impressed about is the torque and how smooth it is. This thing just runs incredibly well. I do want to say something about fuel mileage. The worst that we have gotten so far on this trip, 2 weeks out here, has been 13.4 miles per gallon. I'm driving anywhere from 55 to about 70 miles per hour. At 70 miles per hour, this engine is turning 3,000 RPM. And you may remember that I put Redline at 3750. So I really don't want to be spinning it that hard and that fast, but it will. It runs right down the highway at that speed if you want to do that. So, not a recommendation. It's not even fun to go that fast in a Land Cruiser, although this one is so well put together by my friend Cody McLean. The door seals are good. It doesn't rattle. I mean, it's a nice tight Land Cruiser. But the joy in these old trucks is driving them at the lower speeds, enjoying the scenery, and having the reliability and the function of a reasonably comfortable, almost 50-year-old vehicle. It's going to be an antique in like 2 years, right? So with the air conditioning, with the power steering, it's a civilized, drivable machine I'm having a blast with, and the power plant in it, I could not be happier. Thanks for watching.